to the Dusty Smith Show, episode 55. How the fuck's everybody doing tonight? Good to see you. Love the shit out of you. Thanks for joining me. Got a decent show tonight. We'll see what the fuck happens. Gonna be a short show. I always say that. But I think this time I'm actually telling the truth. Don't have a lot to cover. It was a slow news weekend. But what you gonna do? It'll be fun. We'll have fun together. At least I have plenty of time to read the chat and hang out with you guys. I do want to talk about my Twitch channel. I've been trying to get my Twitch channel built up. I literally deleted my Twitch video today. I did a 3-hour show prep video, and god damn it, I'm so disappointed in myself. I started whining about nobody showing up to it. I don't know why I do that. I guess I do know why I do that, because I'm so privileged. Everything always goes so easy for me in my life. And when I have to work for something or something doesn't go my way, I tend to become a whiny piss baby. And that is not the person I wanted to be, so I deleted it out of embarrassment. But only like 25 people showed up. I wish you guys would join me on Twitch. I'm trying to build up my Twitch. It's Twitch TV /Dusty Smith. There's a link in the description of the video. I do show prep videos where I show you guys how I put the show together on Mondays and Fridays, and it's basically like a version of this show, except for it's like 4 or 5 hours long, just an extended version of the show. But like more people showed up to my doing gaming videos, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it or not. We'll see. I'm still gonna try to build it up. Still gonna try to work on it. Not gonna give up on it just quite yet, but at some point you have to ask yourself, is it worth putting the time into doing that? If not, if people are watching it, well, I could be putting time into like making Patreon only content, or I have some other projects I want to work on, music and whatnot. So anyway, if you guys are bored like throughout the day and you want to see more of Dusty, I've been doing live streams every day. I've streamed about like 18 hours in the last 4 days. So I've been doing a lot of work, putting the work in, and hopefully you guys will come join me at twitch.tv, Dusty Smith, and I will try not to be a whiny piss baby as much in the future. Got to work that shit out. That is not the person I want to be. Got to do some self-reflection and improve myself. I went on a long, horrible goddamn rant at the end, and I was like, oh my god, this is terrible. I gotta get rid of this video for anybody fucking sees it. But the great thing about doing a show where nobody's watching is that if you fuck up, nobody's watching. So it's all good. So anyway, Twitch TV, Dusty Smith. Join me on there. Do it. Also, like the video. Doesn't cost you anything. Like the fucking video right now. God damn it. There is 200 people watching right now. 75 likes. Do it. Help me out. HBO. As always, patreon.com if you guys like what I do. If you like the free content. And I work my ass off in this free content. For those of you guys who watch my Twitch TV show prep special, you know just how long it takes to put the show together. It's not easy. If it was easy, anybody would do it. Lots of hours go into it, lots of work. So if you like all the free content, please consider supporting me on Patreon. $1 or $2 a month, whatever you can afford. Like, it's not much to you, but it all adds up to me. It helps me fund my animal sanctuary. And you also get access to Patreon-only content, which is pretty cool. I do some good Patreon-only content. People seem to enjoy it. So please help me out on the Patreon. And as always, super chats. Lifeblood of the show, super chats, no questions dodged, every question answered. Super chats, and more like yourself forever and ever and ever in the super chats. We did really good last show on the super chats because of all the spammers, losers spamming my channel, and we show them the more money you give me, the more they hate their lives. So that was cool. I enjoyed that. And I'm missing some super chats. I don't know why. I rebooted my computer, and now the super chats are missing. I know Ivy Evans sent me one. Somebody else sent me one. I'm sorry that yours are not showing up. I apologize for that, but I love you and I appreciate you. So don't think you're going unrecognized. And Max Carter says, showtime! It is showtime! Hell yeah, because this is the greatest show. It's everything you ever want and everything you ever need. And it's all right here in front of you. So let me read the chat. Got plenty of time to read you guys' chat tonight because, like I said, been a slow news weekend. Gotta have plenty of time to cover that. I wish I had shit to get high. Yep, I don't get high on my show days, unfortunately. But as soon as the show's over, boom, getting high as fuck. Dusty, do you think that the Tuskegee experience is a justifiable reason for black people not to take the vaccination? No, I do not. Because white people are taking this vaccination, so they're not just doing it to get black people sick. That seems like a bullshit excuse to me, in my opinion. But that's easy for me to say. I'm white. The Tuskegee experience is the main reason why many black people won't take the vaccine. Yeah, I understand that, but that is not a good excuse. That's a good way to die. That's a good way to lose your life for no goddamn good reason. Yeah, they did some fucked up shit back then, but this doesn't seem to be any part of that whatsoever. That seems like a non sequitur. There's no connection whatsoever to the COVID-19 vaccine and the Tuskegee experiment. So dumb. That would be a dumb reason to die, in my opinion. But if you're really freaked out about that, you do you, I guess. Dusty responsible for us so we can have accurate content. I try to do as good a job as I can not to spread bullshit, but I am flawed. I'm constantly evolving and trying to improve, so if I spread bullshit, call me out. Criticism is good, and I deserve it. I got some beautiful diamonds to help me get through the insanity of the world. Diamonds? What you need diamonds for? Man-made diamonds is the way to go, in my opinion. I do the Patreon, also Dust Buddies. Hell yeah, you can also become a Dust Buddy. It's $2.99 a month. You get customized emojis to spam the chat with. And you also get access to all the Patreon-only content. So that's a great way to support the show. Become a Dust Buddy. More views for Dusty, less views for the lefty grifters. Hell yeah, I'm all about it. False equivalence comparison, agreed, in my opinion. Likes don't match the viewers. Yep, like the video, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. Ring my bell, folks, because then maybe, just maybe, YouTube will actually tell you when my videos are on the air. Probably not, but at least it'll help a little bit. What else? I just can't dedicate that much time to watching you. 4 hours a week is already hard to handle. That's fine. Like, I understand. If you only have 4 hours a week to watch me, this show is the way to do it. I go through all that other information very quickly on this show. So, but like, a lot of people are watching other people play video games. A lot of people are watching streams on Twitch that, in my opinion, are not as high a quality as the content I put out. So if you're watching other people on there, you might as well watch me instead. Why not? I fucking kill it on Twitch just like I kill it on here. I try. I put a lot of energy and focus on the shows, so come join me. Otherwise, I'll stop doing it, which would suck for the few people that actually like to watch it. Dusty, if you don't want a girlfriend, why get in shape? Why now? That's a great question. I'm going to answer that. Actually, yesterday, I stopped doing my diet. For exactly the reason you say. I was like, the only reason I really started doing my diet, the best reason to do it is for health reasons, but I'm already actually pretty healthy. I have a resting heart rate of 56, which is basically like an elite athlete. So I'm actually in fairly good shape. It's because of my dancing. I learned how to when I was in Denver, and I still do it. I can dance for hours, which is high impact aerobics, and don't get too tired and shit. So I'm actually in pretty good shape underneath a little outside flab. But I have lost about 20 pounds, and so I'm looking better, and I'm about at the point where I'm actually worried about losing too much weight, because like as you age, if you get too thin, your face starts to sink in. And I was thinking to myself, why are you even doing this? Do you want a girlfriend? Are you going to date? And I decided, no, I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want to date. I'm having a lot of fun being by myself. I'm being so productive. I'm being able to do all these live shows. I'm getting so much done around the house and the animal sanctuary. And in my life, I'm making so many advancements and improvements because I've been single. And I just don't have any interest in being in a relationship or getting a girlfriend or dating or any of that. So I'm like, why am I starving myself when you don't really give a shit? I'm fine with how I look. So yeah, I quit. Now I'm still probably going to drop a few pounds, but I'm going to do it more slowly and not going to do the drastic diet I was doing. Just cut back calories a little bit, and I'm going to continue not drinking. As long as I don't drink, I'll be fine and also stay productive. So that's a great question. And no more huge dieting for me. Fuck that bullshit. My diet was not super unhealthy. I wish you guys would quit saying that. Literally, they done studies that show the diet I was on was the perfect diet for losing weight. You can go a long period of time with eating very little. You guys ever watch Naked and Afraid? You ever watch that show? They don't eat very many calories at all. They go 30 days out in the goddamn wilderness naked, and they're fucking fine. Intermittent fasting is actually healthy for you. It actually helps slow the aging process. So my diet was not unhealthy. I'm sorry, it just wasn't. I'm an expert at this shit. I've been doing this shit a fucking long ass time. But it was hard and unnecessary. You guys don't fight, please, in front of me. As always, we have 9 cats. making the show super cool. Cult to Dusty, I don't think that black people should use American past mistakes to put them at risk. Yeah, it'd be silly to put themselves at risk. Black folks are much more susceptible to COVID-19 because, as all pandemics, as all cultural crisis, it generally hurts poor people the most, which black people and minorities tend to be poor because of systemic racism. So your community is the highest at risk. So why put your community at even higher risk by stuff that doesn't have any connection to what's going on today, in my opinion? Back page of the classifieds. I'm not interested in like even hookups or anything. Like, I could just masturbate. Look, boom. Johnny on the spot with my vibrator. Touch your penis, squirt. Very simple. Very simple. Porn exists. VR porn exists. Vibrators exist. Another human being is not really necessary for my ejaculation, to be honest with you. It's a lot of fucking work. Way too much work. Yes, it's slightly better having sex with a real person. But all the other shit that goes with it, having an attractive person, how to deal with the aftermath, all of it. Hell no to all that bullshit. Masturbation for the win. No, never too much information. Never too much information. You and I have a special relationship, me and all of y'all. My life is a fucking open book. So, you can know everything about me. I don't give a fuck. Naked Afraid is fake show, dude. How is it fake? Those people are naked. They're not that afraid, but they definitely don't feed them. They lose like 20 pounds in a month. How's it fake? And vibrators are a terrible thing for women. I don't know about that, but works good for me. Makes my dick happy. And just come so quick. Just get it over with. Just boom. Do it 3 times a day. Don't take me like 20 minutes total. Got plenty of time for other shit. It's awesome. I used to go like on, I can still do it. I just don't do it anymore because this takes too much time. But I used to masturbate for like 10 hours at a time. Sometimes I'd masturbate so much, like vessels in my dick would burst and my dick would swell up. That's not good for you. Don't masturbate 10 hours a day. But it was fun. Dusty make a run for Incel King. I'm not an incel, I'm a Volcel because I could fuck if I want to. Trust me. I get plenty of goddamn offers, mostly from dudes, but that counts. But Volcel is completely fucking different. I have no problem attracting women. Trust me, when I go out, they're interested. When I get on the internet, they're interested. They're messaging me. But I just don't respond because what a hassle, to be honest with you. Holy fuck, I would die. Yeah, but you would die happy. And that's the best part about it. Wanker scabs. Yeah, if you like touch a vibrator to your dick for too long, it does. It makes scabs. You like get like vibration welts. Not amazing. Don't do that. Black knob. Yeah, it'll rot off. Dusty, if wasn't living with my dad, I would take the vaccine. I don't understand the correlation. Should you take the vaccine even more when you're living with your dad? Baiting good, Crash diet bad. Crash diet is fine. Would you quit with the goddamn... Fasting is good for you, okay? I'll show you guys the goddamn... They just did a study, okay? They just did a study. And apparently the best fucking diet is a mix of low calories and keto together, okay? And they've shown that the people that do that not only lose weight incredibly fast, but they have a tendency to keep the weight off for longer. It's just science, motherfuckers. I don't know why you keep arguing with me about this. Vibration welts, learning it's great. Yeah, it's critical. Vibrator's the best invention ever made. I'm a fan. Always like the vibrators, man. I get it from Amazon. I wear these motherfuckers out. Hells yeah. The Thrive. I've tried all the different brands. They used to be the magic wand from Hitachi was the best, but they quit selling that motherfucking shit. All they have is knockoffs and bullshit. But now I tried several different brands, and the Thrive is the one that works the best for the best price. Little advice from me to you on vibrators. That's why this is the greatest show. Let Dusty do his own way, damn it. Everybody's different. Yes, everybody's different, but my way is the best for everybody. Just saying. Cut the nasty while sugar out. Yeah, don't eat any fucking sugar. That's bad for you. Fasting is good for you. Yeah, fasting actually helps, like I said, makes you live longer, helps aging and shit. Humans evolved in fasting. Right, exactly. There's a whole reason that fat gets on your body to begin with. Because people went long periods of time without being able to have access to food. So they had to store it while they can. So they had a fuel source for later. Is Dusty bisexual? I'm like 20% gay. Even though I've never had a sexual encounter with a dude, I don't even like shaking hands with men. I have masturbated occasionally to gay porn, which makes me slightly gay. So that's my story. I mean, it's natural. And you guys see how much more sharp I am tonight than I was like the last show, the last few shows? Because I ate some fucking carbs yesterday, went to Domino's, bought me a goddamn pizza, scarfed that motherfucker down, and I'm on top of the world. Brain is actually working perfectly again. Snappy, snappy Dusty's the best Dusty. My cat, Miss Bacon, is a big fan of your show. Hey, I'm a big fan of Miss Bacon. Give her hugs for me. Pretty sure Dusty is not bi. Well, I don't know. I wouldn't call myself bi because I don't want to like steal the bi culture since I've never had any kind of sexual encounter with a dude. I told you guys a story before. I almost had a sexual encounter with a dude one time. I was hanging out with this bisexual, super hot doctor. He wasn't a doctor. He was a med student, but he's a doctor now. Super hot. And he was like, it was late at night and we were doing, I think ecstasy and maybe some weed and shit. And he was like, hey, can I experiment my doctor shit on you? And I was like, sure. So I had to take my shirt off. And he was like doing doctor shit on my body. And I was like feeling stuff. But nothing happened. So anyway, carbs are life. Carbs are good. Campfire Dusty. Hell yeah. Already 15 minutes into the show and hadn't started yet. But it probably won't be a short show because I'm running my mouth. Dusty, were you in a hot tub at the time? No, I wasn't in a hot tub at the time. We were just in the living room. Chilling. Virtual gay. Never done any virtual gay either. Doctor shit. Yeah, he was like, I don't even remember what it was. He was touching on my body. I do remember that. All over my bodies. And I was actually in better shape then, so it was pretty hot. Mid-level gay. Yeah, I guess. But anyway. So let me read the super chats. Continue. Oh, the show. I got my other monitor set up so I can actually see now. Got my 55-inch TV over here. I got my 65-inch TV over there. And I got a little TV over there. So I got OBS over here. What you guys are seeing is right here. And boom, your chat is right here. So I can read. So Shane Winter gave me $20. Very generous, Shane. I appreciate that. Just follow you on Twitch, Dusty. Hell yeah. Everybody follow me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Cult of Dusty. And like the video. Like the motherfucking video, everybody. 383 and only 174 likes. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? Thank you, Shane. Everyone else should too. I am super high. I am not, but I will be after the show. And appreciate that. Catalina Gearbox, what's up, Catalina? Dusty, just please do not become men going their own way. There's no chance of that. They're too chuddy for me. It's okay to be single, but men go their way is cringeworthy. Yes, there's zero chance. You gotta have to. Men go their own way usually is because they hate women. I don't hate women at all. I fucking love women. I just don't have time for that bullshit right now. I don't really want the it's not just women, it's men, anything. Relationships are just I don't know. Just not for me, but yeah, I'm not gonna be a man going that way because I don't hate women. Love you guys. And Sophia Christina Botha, what's up, Christina? Good to see you. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month, Christina. Catalina says, if you're a top, I would definitely be your bottom. I'm definitely a top. If I was going to do some gay shit, like I don't know what it is, folks. Like I ain't got no interest in touching your penis. I just don't. And I don't want to be fucked in my booty because it just feels, I had people stick their fingers in my butt before and it's just like, feels wrong. It's like a reverse poop. It's like, nope, that's not the way that's supposed to go. It just don't feel right to me. But like I could see like dominating another dude and just fucking him in the ass. And be like, yeah, taking a watch, listening to grunt underneath me. I could see that happening. Or get my dick sucked by another guy. Like, what's it matter if it's a girl sucking your dick, if it's a guy sucking your dick? Guys have strong hands. I bet they can knead that dick really good while they're sucking it. Yeah, you know? So I don't really see the difference. So it's all good. Anthony Giannuzzi. Sup, Dusty? Sup, Anthony Giannuzzi? Good to see you being more active. Hell yeah, Dusty killing it. Dusty all over the goddamn place. Putting the hours in. Hopefully you guys will start joining me on Twitch. Twitch.tv. Nope, that's not it. God damn it. So close. Twitch.tv. There it is. Boom. Twitch.tv. Dusty Smith. Be sure to follow me on Twitch, folks. Link in the description of the video. Gonna be doing more shows every goddamn day. Hopefully it'll pick up. If not, we'll do something else. It's all good. Pegging rules. I ain't never done it. No interest. No thank you. Always hated anal. Yeah, not for me. And also, I had one girl lick my booty hole one time, and I just felt bad the whole time. I felt bad for her. It's hard to get aroused when you're feeling bad. I'm like, why are you doing that? It felt okay. It tickled. It felt like somebody was licking my butthole, which I guess makes sense. But I was like, oh, man. Like the whole time I'm thinking, did I wipe correctly? Did I use enough fucking like wet naps down there? Like, I just don't know. I just can't get over my empathy to enjoy it enough. So do your thing, Dusty. I will always do my thing. What the fuck? Huge difference when a guy's sucking you and a woman sucking you, my dude. What is the difference? A mouth is a fucking mouth. Maybe the dudes have stronger hands. Close your eyes. How you even gonna fucking know the difference? Stick your dick in a glory hole. You don't know if it's a dude or a girl back there. You have no idea. Feels the same either way, right? Yeah, look at those graphics. As always, spent the big money for the graphics for you guys. Oh yeah, tell that the glory hole. I never been a glory hole, but I ain't hating on it. I've seen videos. Looks cool. So anyway, guess I'll go ahead and stop talking about gay shit and start the fuck show. Why not? More super chats, please. Help me out. I could use the help. So let's start up with everybody's favorite section called Chud Watch. Ready for some Chud Watch? And starting out, God damn it, they got to complain about everything. This dude got a ratio to fucking bad. Oh, did they delete it? They took that shit down? Oh, of course they did. This was up right before the show. They got ratioed so bad, I guess they took the shit down. They were all pissed off because I guess the girl from Horizon Zero Dawn wasn't feminine enough for them. And so they posted a picture of her in makeup and shit. Because, you know, in the post-apocalyptic world, women are going to spas and putting makeup on. So they got made fun of to shit and back. And I was going to make fun of them too. But I guess they either deleted it or blocked me. Even though I don't know why they would block me because I didn't say anything to them. So I guess we'll skip that one. You lucked out, Chud. So next up, God damn it, Kamala Harris had the gall to go on her Twitter and say this bullshit. Enjoy your long weekend. What? What a goddamn monster. I can't believe we have this kind of piece of shit in the White House now. I miss Trump. Remember when Trump was so much better? Trump would never come out and tell us something like, enjoy the long weekend. Holy goddamn. So, like, folks, I can't take this world seriously anymore. This is a controversy. How the fuck is this a controversy? But it is. This is how desperate conservatives are to make mountains out of molehills, to find things to shit on the Biden administration for. They're mad at Kamala Harris for telling people to enjoy a long weekend. Here's an example. The first comment, Gina Ellis. 43,000 likes for this. We enjoyed having a president and VP who respected American heroes. Yeah, telling people to enjoy a long weekend and smiling means you're not respecting the troops or something. Even though Trump literally said Americans who died in wars are losers and suckers, said that John McCain wasn't a hero because he got captured. He preferred heroes that weren't captured. Shit on troops all the time. Captain Bone Spurs literally hates the fucking military, but let's live in a goddamn memory hole where we don't remember what the fuck happened. Let's pretend like reality ain't goddamn reality. It's just so goddamn absurd. Fox News immediately came out with an article. Disgusting disrespect. Vice President Kamala Harris ignites outrage over misfired Memorial Day tweet. She literally told people to have a happy weekend. It's just amazing. And of course, immediately, right after they post this, they post, cheers, Memorial Day weekend, 2021 cocktail trends. What is the difference? No difference. The only difference is she is a Democrat and you're trying to find bullshit to be outraged about because you're whiny piss babies, and this is all conservatives have. Creating fake outrage to pretend like they're mad about something. And Ben Garrison, Johnny on the spot, yeah, enjoy the long weekend with their caricature of Kamala kicking over the grave of veterans. Because, you know, telling people to enjoy a long weekend is stomping on the graves of veterans. Just makes sense, folks. That's just logic for you. Don't even try to deny it. And here's, remember Donald Trump? I would like to wish everyone, including all haters and losers, of which sadly there are many, a truly happy and enjoyable Memorial Day. Yeah, using Memorial Day as an excuse to air his grievances to his haters and losers. Crickets! Crickets from conservatives about that. But wish somebody a happy long weekend. Oh no! You're stomping on the graves of veterans somehow. because logic and reason. And here's Meghan McCain got the talking points. She's like, a reminder that tomorrow is an extremely emotional and sacred day. For millions of Americans, we honor those who have given the greatest sacrifice for our country. It's not simply or cavalierly a long weekend. I pray for the families always, but particularly tomorrow. So let's see how she's on her knees praying all day. No, she's on vacation, enjoying her long weekend. Yeah. The face of the happiest woman in all the land who finally got to gamble last night at a casino with her husband. Blackjack, craps, roulette. We did it all. Yeah. She's out at a casino gambling instead of on her knees praying to the goddamn troops, you know, like the deities they are. It's almost like you're a fucking hypocrite, Meghan McCain. Almost. Not quite, but almost. And Laura Loomer on vacation out on a fucking yacht with mega super criminal Batman villain Roger Stone, outraged that Kamala Harris dared wish somebody a happy weekend.
Harris tweet, have a nice long weekend, but she tweeted a selfie of herself laughing as if she was laughing at the deaths of American soldiers and veterans who have paid the ultimate sacrifice fighting for our freedom as Americans.
That's right. She was laughing. She was smiling in the picture. She told people to have a happy weekend. So that means basically she was laughing at dead soldiers. True story, folks. Look at all the patriots out there. Definitely, they're not celebrating their long weekend. They're praying to the troops in their Trump boats, I guess. Just holy shit. This world is definitely a parody. It's a parody game created by the programmer god. He's just laughing the fuck out of all of us. And I don't blame him because we are goddamn jokes. And speaking of Roger Stone, even he is telling people that Trump is about to be indicted on criminal charges. Of course, he's spinning it as a witch hunt. It's a witch hunt. But when he comes out and says he's probably going to be indicted, then Trump better look out because he's probably going to be indicted for criminal charges. And I'm here for it, folks. Can't wait to cover this story. Look how fucking evil he is, though.
The globalists love symbolism, don't they?
Well, I would be shocked if they did not come forward with a fabricated indictment for bank fraud or tax fraud against the former president by Manhattan District Attorney Cyrus Vance, an elected Democrat, the son of Cyrus Vance Sr., the worst Secretary of State in American history, the man who botched the Iranian hostage crisis under Jimmy Carter.
All right, that's about enough of that. Mega criminal on Alex Jones, because of course he is. Birds of a feather flock together. Pieces of goddamn shit. And Jordan Peterson still trash, folks. He's back out of a coma, making his comeback in conservative circles and saying dumbass shit like this. The conservatives have to sacrifice Trump and the stolen election narrative. All right, they're never going to do that, obviously. The Republican Party is now the party of Trump. It is just a fucking cult. So clearly, they're not going to sacrifice Trump or the election narrative, also known as the election lies. But then he's going to both sides it. The liberals have to sacrifice DIE. So if you don't know what DIE is diversity, inclusion, and equity, which is what they're trying to train people in like companies and the state, government entities. They're trying to educate people to be more open to diversity and inclusiveness and equity, which is not equality. Equity is just like fair outcomes for people of all races, backgrounds, genders, whatnots. So, normal, good, moral bullshit. And also critical race theory, the history of how racism has affected minorities in our country, hundreds of years of oppression leading up to the systemic racism we still have in place today. Yeah, we got to get rid of that shit, folks. That's the road to peace. So yeah, it's the same thing, isn't it? Isn't it? The conservatives having to give up this fat, cakes in makeup, Tammy Faye Baker, combed over, criminal, reality show contestant, cult leader. Isn't that the same thing than giving that up as us giving up American history and wanting diversity in our institutions? It's the same thing. We both got to give it up, folks. We got to give it up. We got to give up the history of racism and diversity to make Jordan Peterson and his fans happy. It just makes sense. To this trash motherfucker, 20,000 likes. Garbage human. And it's official. Man, this is I didn't realize how bad this was, and I'm about to read you a article explaining just how racist what they're doing is. So Texas just passed some of the most draconian voter suppression laws in the country. Or they passed it in one house, they're about to pass it in another. The Democrats walked out, but they're going to pass it anyway. This is just a stopgap message to postpone it, but it's going to fucking happen. And it's 100% designed to suppress the black vote and the vote of minorities. Racist as it goddamn could possibly be. Texas is already admitting that their election was fine, fair, secure. None, if any, fraud. Yet they still passed these laws anyway. The only reason they did it was to disenfranchise the black vote and make sure that Republicans stay in power perpetually, despite democracy. So a great article from the Washington Post about this. I'm going to actually read you some of this. The legislation was pushed through in the final hours of the Texas legislative session by Republicans who argued it is necessary to reassure voters their elections are secure, a response to former President Donald Trump's false claim that the 2020 White House race was corrupted by fraud. But by all accounts, the 2020 election ran smoothly, and no evidence has emerged of fraud or other irregularities in sizable enough quantities to alter an outcome in Texas and other states. The bill targeted voting methods that black and Latino voters in Houston used widely in the pandemic. They basically went out and they're like, hey, what are the things that they're using to make more black people and Latino people vote at a higher rate than white people and old white people and conservatives? And then they literally targeted those and made them illegal. Senate Bill 7 outlawed two kinds of early voting methods established last year in Harris County, home of Houston, to give voters more opportunities to vote safely and crowd-free during the pandemic, drive-up voting, and 24-hour voting. Chris Hollins, the former Harris County clerk who oversaw those programs last year, said that 130,000 voters took advantage of drive-through voting. An additional 10,000 voters cast ballots during the 24-hour voting marathon the county offered in the final week before Election Day. So why is this a problem? Why are they making these things illegal specifically? An analysis of the Harrison County vote showed that voters of color made up more than half of those who used drive-through early voting and the 24-hour early voting window, which is exactly why they're making them illegal. Tell me this is not strictly racist. Tell me they're not doing this to target black voters. That was a higher share than in early voting overall, when black and Latino voters accounted for just 38% of voters, he said. The bill would have barred Sunday morning get out the vote programs used to mobilize black churchgoers. So why are they making it illegal to vote before 1 p.m. on Sunday? Why specifically that? Well, because that's what they use to rally black people to vote. Similarly, the bill's provisions barring early voting before 1 p.m. on Sundays would have had a disproportionate impact on the long-standing Get Out the Vote effort known as Souls to Polls, which aims at encouraging black churchgoers to cast their ballots right after services. So they literally banned voting before 1 p.m. Why? What reason do they have for that? Other than racism and to make black people not vote? None. It's 100% because of that. Why in the world would you pick Sunday morning to outlaw voting in Texas? But for the fact that they know that a lot of black parishioners historically have chosen that time to organize and go to the polls. Exactly. No other reason. Another key provision in the Senate Bill 7 could have further hobbled such community voter mobilization programs. It would have required that anyone who drives more than two non-relatives to the polls who require assistance to submit a signed form stating the reasons for their assistance. That means volunteer van drivers who provide transportation for church-going voters would have had to jump through the added hoop of submitting a signed document. So, in poor communities, people are less likely to have cars for obvious reasons. They need help going to the polls. So they're literally making another hoop you have to jump through, making it harder to drive people who are not your relatives to the polls to let them vote, specifically aimed at poor people and minorities. That's what this is all about. Community leaders noted that some voters do not have many options when it comes to getting to the polls or any transportation. As senators debated for more than 7 hours of the bill, which ended with a vote before dawn Sunday. So anyway, this is what it's totally about, folks. Racism. Tell me there's not systemic racism in this country. Tell me. Make this argument after this shit. How can anybody? Now, they used to say, hey, well, there is no laws specifically aimed at black folks. This is 100% proof there still is. Now, that's a bad argument because there doesn't have to be laws directly aimed at black people for there to be systemic racism. Systemic racism is baked into the entire capitalistic system we live under, which I pointed out time and time again. But this is direct proof that there are laws that specifically target black voters, specifically want to disenfranchise their votes in our democracy. So, absolutely ridiculous. Every company should pull out of Texas. Every goddamn movie company that's making movies in Texas should not do business there. We have to punish them until they end this bullshit. This racist, fucking obviously racist bullshit. Horrific goddamn America. Come on, we got to do better than this. And here's a good video from Beto O'Rourke where he actually says a lot of what I just said, but he says it very succinctly, and it's worth listening to.
Why is it a tactic of voter suppression to acquire an ID? I need an ID if I open a bank account. I need an ID if I drive a car. And I said, I'm not necessarily opposed to identification, but when you look at the kinds of identification that are accepted at a polling place in Texas and the kinds of identification that are denied at a polling place in Texas, then you begin to understand who Texas wants to vote and who Texas doesn't want to vote. So, for example, in our state, you can use your license to carry a firearm to prove who you are at the polling place. You cannot use your student ID at the University of Texas at El Paso or Paul Quinn College or any institution of higher learning in the state to prove who
you could use your gun license, which they know who has the most gun licenses. They want to target Republicans and conservatives, let them vote. But student IDs, no students, hell no, fuck you. That's not good enough to vote because you're more likely to be left-leaning. They're 100% rigging the vote to make sure that the left cannot possibly win.
You are at the polling place. And then let's remember, in many parts of our state, including here in El Paso, a lot of our fellow citizens don't have a car, don't have a driver's license, don't have a day-to-day need for ID. I'll give you another example. Someone reached out to me and said, my 80-year-old mother no longer drives, no longer has a driver's license, and so no longer has a form of valid voter ID. And yes, could she go to the state and get some other form of identification that would suffice? Yeah, but it's not so easy for my 80-year-old mother to get around anymore.
And this is a point I made too on my show prep Twitch video today. I see this here in the neighborhood I live. For those of you who haven't heard me talk about this repeatedly, I live in an almost entirely black neighborhood. I believe I'm the only white person that lives in a 10-block radius of here. And it's a very poor area. And the black folks walk everywhere. They're always walking everywhere here because, as you might imagine, the poorer you are, the less likely you are to have a vehicle. And the less likely you are to need a driver's license. So that's why these voter ID laws are being put in place. Even though there's no fraud, they still want you to have a driver's license. They know that poor black communities, poor black people are much, much less likely to have driver's licenses, to get the time off work to go get the driver's license, to even have the extra money to be able to afford a driver's license. My driver's license was like $50 when I went and got it, which is a huge sum of money to these to poor people. So it's just racism, disenfranchising the vote. It's maddening. But conservatives are just going fucking nuts in this goddamn country. Mask off, 100% racism. Horrible to see. And another example of a conservative fucking idiot. So basically what they're doing now, they're following in Trump's footsteps of doing all these rallies. And it's almost like these chud-ass conservatives, these QAnon people, these Trump worshipers, they think they're stand-up comedians, but instead of telling the jokes, They just get up on stage and they say their catchphrases. And all of their catchphrases are exactly the same. Trump won. Trump won in a landslide. Trump is the president. They all say the same thing, but the crowd always go nuts. You can tell they get the fuck off on it. So they had a new rally this past weekend called For God and Country, for Patriots, even though they literally are trying to overturn the will of the people, destroy democracy, and install a dictator. Literally, they are traitors, insurrectionists. But up is down, left is right, front is back, and they call themselves patriots because of fucking course they do. So here he is, spewing his catchphrase, a guy who used to be a goddamn general in our military, because it takes nothing to be a general in the military except for sucking the right dicks.
Trump won.
Yay! Woo!
He won.
He won, yay! Catchphrase. Now say the second catchphrase.
He won the popular vote.
Yay!
He won the popular vote, and he won the electoral college vote.
Yay! Sure he did. That's reality. Guy has just gone off the deep end. And then he literally is committing insurrection here. He should be retroactively court-martialed and have his benefits taken away. This is 100% a call to violence. He's about to call for violence and a violent overthrow of the U.S. government. Like Myanmar did. Or as the Navy, or was it Marine, the guy that's about to ask this question calls it Minimar. Almost says minibar, because that's how fucking stupid they are. Look at this call to a violent overthrow of the United States government and our democracy by a former general of our military.
I'm a simple Marine. I want to know why what happened in Myanmar can't happen here.
Yeah! Listen to all these goddamn insane people calling for the violent overthrow of our government. Just nuts, man.
You know, no reason. I mean, it should happen here. No reason. But,
Yeah, no reason. It should happen here. Yeah, we should have a violent overthrow of our government by the military. For those of you guys who don't know what happened in Myanmar, basically the military has been running the government for decades. And then so finally they decided to allow free and open democratic elections. And there was one particular woman who is hugely popular, who has been fighting against the military rule for a long ass time, and she won in a landslide. And of course, the military couldn't have that because the person they backed lost, so they basically overthrew the government and imprisoned her. So much for democracy. These fascists are openly saying they don't give a fuck about the will of the people. They don't give a fuck about our democracy. Overthrow the government and put a dictator in. This is insurrection. These are traitors, the exact goddamn type of people that conservatives have been saying for years should be hung. But when they do it, it's fine. Because it's 100% double standard. All the fucking time with these people. And of course, the Kraken, former Trump lawyer, come on, load up. The hell is her name? The fuck is her name? I'm drawing a goddamn blank on her name right now. It's not Michael Flynn. It's, what the fuck is this woman's name? It's not telling me what her fuck her name is. Anyway, she goes out immediately and claims that what we're seeing with our own fucking eyes isn't true. She says, I think the first order of business this morning is to dispel a horrible incident of fake news. The fake news has grossly distorted. Yeah, Powell. No, is that Powell? Yeah, Sidney Powell. That's her name. Sidney Powell, former Trump lawyer, Sidney Powell. I think the first order of business this morning is to dispel a horrible incident of fake news. The fake news has grossly distorted what General Flynn said yesterday. In response to a question about Myanmar, there are no circumstances under which he urged the military to take any action to unseat the president. He literally, you heard him. He literally said there's no reason it shouldn't happen here. It should happen. How are we misrepresenting that? We're not. They just want you to believe them over your own eyes and ears. So craziness, but that is what conservatives have become, even more crazy than they've ever been before. Hard to believe what is happening in this country right now. And now, let's shit on Dave Rubin a little bit. So Dave Rubin was all for Caitlyn Jenner being president of California. Hardcore supported her, but then she ignored his attempts to get her to come on his show, and then he turned on her because that's what he's all fucking about. He don't really give a shit about any of the issues. He's just trying to suck up to anybody he thinks will come on his show and give him ratings. That's how desperate he is for the millions and millions he's earned. Watch him flip-flop and turn on her when she decides to ignore his request to come on the show.
I'll be totally transparent, John. I did donate $50, and I got the Caitlin for California mug. I should have had it with me on set right now. And I watched the entire interview with Hannity. There was nothing that didn't make sense.
Right.
There really wasn't.
You spoil little LA girl. You're just an LA girl. Just an LA girl. You spoil little LA girl.
Gavin Newsom's a transphobe. Caitlyn Jenner has my full support. Let's chat, Caitlyn. Hope Caitlyn Jenner. She's our only hope.
Then Caitlyn Jenner, who right now is running for governor of California. And by the way, Caitlyn's people, we've reached out to you through every proper channel. I've tweeted a couple times. I'll give you about a 2-week window here to respond to us before I think that this thing's just like some sort of PR stunt. Like, I'll give you a fair interview, and I hope we can do it. And by the way, as it stands right now, I support you, Caitlyn Jenner, because A, anyone's better than Gavin Newsom, but you've said some things that make some sense. So if you want to have an honest conversation, completely unedited, I won't bring any notes. I'm not trying to get you. Just want to hear what you think. Please do respond to our people, because we've reached out through all the proper channels. So we have not heard back from Caitlyn Jenner yet. We have reached out across all possible channels, and I've done a little push on Twitter. I did watch the Hannity interview.
I'm literally sipping tea at the HatWrks in on Caitlyn as she fights for common sense reform, and the wokesters unmask themselves as the angry mob they are, he says as he drinks a Caitlyn Jenner mug. 100% pro Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh, and that does remind me of one other thing that I want to say before we end the show today, which is that, you know, as you guys know, I've sort of in these last 2-3 weeks sort of supported, I say supported, I've said nice things and somewhat promoted Caitlyn Jenner, who is running against Gavin Newsom in this California recall election. We have repeatedly on this show reached out through all the proper channels to her team. We haven't heard back. I've tweeted at her many times. My tweets get way more traffic than any of her tweets do. So I know that either she or the intern who's running the Twitter account or the team are seeing it. So it is my belief at this point that this will sort of be my last effort at this, that if we don't at least hear back, the fact that nobody is responding to us, you don't have to do the show. You could just politely say, no, we're not doing it. I don't mean to make this about me specifically, but the point is I've been one of the most outspoken people in California. I have a pretty big platform here to get the voice out. And if your team is so inept that they just don't respond, we've tried on every proper front behind the scenes, and I've done it publicly. The fact that you guys don't even respond, either this is an unserious campaign and you're just using it for PR purposes for a new reality show or something like that, or you're completely mismanaged. But otherwise, at this point, after weeks, we also donated $50. I've got the stupid mug. It's just a PR campaign. And I would say this, I said last week that I think the Caitlyn Jenner thing is just complete BS. They still have not responded to us. Why don't we follow up again, actually?
100% turned on her.
And it's like, you don't have to do the show, but if
just
you can't even respond, then you're just not serious.
You're all common sense. I love you, Caitlyn Jenner. Everything you're saying is smart common sense. Look at all the haters hating on Caitlyn Jenner for no reason. You won't do my show? Fuck you. You're dead to me, Caitlyn Jenner. You're a joke. God damn it. He's hilarious. And here's a shocker for you folks. 73% of Republicans blame liberal protesters for the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. So, if 73% of you believe it was liberals, why don't we have a bipartisan investigation? That sounds good. Hey, if you believe it, wouldn't you be calling your senators every day, telling your Republican senators to vote for a bipartisan investigation so we can get to these liberal criminals who's behind this? But of course, no. None of these people want any kind of investigation because they don't actually believe this, folks. You can't listen to anything conservatives say. Their words mean fucking nothing. There's two things. There's what people say they believe, and then there's what their actions are. And your actions actually prove what you really believe. And none of these motherfuckers actually believe this because none of them want to have any kind of investigation on this. They know what the truth is. They're just full of goddamn shit because they can't take responsibility for anything. They're constantly preaching about taking responsibility, yet they never do it them goddamn selves. Do as we say, not as we do. The goddamn conservative motto. Trash. And, man, I've showed you guys other fundraising for the GOP like this, but they're still at it. They're literally threatening other conservatives. Look how fucking dystopian this is. This is emails they're sending out to their conservative email list. Blue check mark. It's blue, and if it's automatic check, that means they automatically charge you every month for donations. It's Mark from House GOP headquarters. You are marked as inactive, and leadership asked me to check in to triple check we haven't lost you to the radical left. If you uncheck this box, I will be forced to tell them you've deserted Trump for socialism. Change your status to active equals win back the House and get Trump to run in 2024. Make this a monthly recurring donation. It's like, God damn. It's like, don't make us tell on you. They're going to know. They're going to know you're a traitor to all of us. You don't want that. You better give us money. Literally, because, obviously, this is just an idle threat. They ain't telling shit. There's no secret organization that's keeping track of you and your fucking donations that really cares. But they say this to old people, and old people are scared. Like, oh my God, Trump's gonna know. I better give them money. Just fucking horrific. They're just crooks, criminals, pieces of shit, goddamn trash in every fucking way. But Joe Rogan wants to know, hey, how come you can't be liberal? How come you can't be a conservative and be in Hollywood? You're not even allowed to be conservative and be in Hollywood these days. Huh? And of course, he's got a shirt of a rapist on. You guys know how I feel about fucking rapist Mike Tyson, who, got convicted of rape, but that's not the only woman that he either raped or attempted to rape. Multiple women came forward, credible women, about his attempted rape of him. He is a fucking trash human being. Fuck Mike Tyson, but that's completely a side rant. Here's Joe Rogan whining. Why conservatives, even though he's a conservative, don't even at me at that. I saw him on election night cheering for Donald Trump, giddy as shit. Donald Trump won Texas, smiling, clapping his hands. He's a fucking conservative. He has the #1 podcast in the goddamn universe, got $100 million, but gonna bitch because conservatives are not allowed in Hollywood.
I think one of the things, and you could speak to this, right? When you're working in Hollywood, you're always wanting to make sure that you're not saying anything that's going to exclude you from being hired.
Yeah, that's right? Everywhere. That's every job, every industry in the entire goddamn world. Not exclusive to Hollywood in any way, thumb.
Like if you want to work in television, you must be liberal.
Yeah,
you must. Or you keep your fucking mouth shut.
Yeah.
If you want to get a job on television, like you don't really have many. You can't be a right-wing pundit on the side and also work on a sitcom.
Yeah, I wonder why that is, huh? You can't be a right-wing pundit working around an industry full of gay people and people who want social equity and equality. Huh, I wonder why that is. Could it be that conservatives are giant fucking homophobic, transphobic, horrible, racist pieces of shit generally, and people don't want to be associated with that? Huh. I wonder, Joe Rogan. Maybe you should have some fucking introspection and think about why that is. Is it because Hollywood is wrong to want to reward those people? Or is that because those people are goddamn trash and nobody worth their salt who has any moral character whatsoever wants to be a part of them? Maybe you should think about that. And I am still considering working on a new series of videos. I'm going to use Snapchat filters, and I'm going to call it the Thumb Rogan Show. And I'm going to make Joe Rogan a little thumb, and I'm going to basically parody his show. I've been so busy working on my Twitch show to do that, but if Twitch doesn't pick up, I'm going to abandon Twitch and do that. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, fuck you, Joe Rogan. You goddamn thumb. And next up on Chud Watch, oh God, another white supremacist
a Kerrville
about
man
to commit a terrorist act. So apparently,
a Kerrville man accused of...
Hush for a second, please, lady, while I set this video up. Another white supremacist out there. He was on parole, but he amassed a bunch of guns, even though parolee's not supposed to have guns, and was credibly threatening to go shoot up another Walmart because, of course...
A Kerrville man accused of plotting a mass shooting is now behind bars. The FBI and Kerr County deputies arrested 28-year-old Coleman Blevins. Investigators say they intercepted a message by the, quote, self-identified terrorist that specifically mentioned Walmart as a target. Officials searching his home say they found firearms and what they describe as radical ideology paraphernalia. Deputies say Blevins is on probation for a felony and is not allowed to have firearms.
Yeah, so scary shit. Narrowly avoided another mass shooting from another goddamn conservative white supremacist, because America. Trump definitely been horrible for this goddamn country. And as Rational Disconnect points out, the Republicans are just going fucking nuts, outlawing abortion and doing shit like this. Every House Republican blocks a bill that would have struck homosexuality from PA criminal laws. They still have these antiquated laws that make homosexuality a crime. And they're doing everything they can in 2021 to keep it a crime to be homosexual. How is this goddamn real life? Here's another one. Pennsylvania GOP lawmakers passed a bill that fines women for miscarriages. A bill may have passed, but Pennsylvania Governor Tom Wolf says that he will veto any anti-choice legislation. That's good. Republican lawmakers in Pennsylvania have voted to fine women who miscarry and force them to fill out traumatic fetal death certificate forms. A direct attack on women, women's rights, bodily attack, everything. They've just gone completely fucking bonkers, emboldened by Trump and the Trump cult. God damn it, what a trash country. But at least we're ending Chud Watch on a slightly funny note. Hero! I should have put this in the hero section, but it fits in the Chud Watch. Hero! Journalist Ken Klipperstein trolling the fuck out of Republicans and conservatives. This dude don't miss. So here he is. He tweets to Matt Gaetz, because I guess Matt Gaetz don't know who Ken Klipperstein is. Matt Gaetz, Congressman, my grandpa's a big fan of yours, and is a veteran. He will be thrilled if you could retweet this photo of him for Memorial Day. Here he is as a young private first class. It's a picture of Oswald. You know, Lee Harvey Oswald, the guy who killed John F. Kennedy. And so, of course, Matt Gaetz, being a fucking idiot, doesn't know who Oswald is, doesn't know who Ken Klipperstein is, retweets Lee Harvey Oswald with the United States flag. And then, of course, immediately Ken Klipperstein, when he retweets this, changes his name to Matt Gaetz as a pedo. So it appears on Matt Gaetz' timeline, because that's fucking hilarious. And that's not the only guy he got with this. Here he is getting Dinesh D'Souza, convicted felon Dinesh D'Souza, retweeted the exact same thing. A picture of Lee Harvey Oswald for Memorial Day. And then he got a bunch of other people too. So first he got Matt Gaetz, I showed you that, and then he got Super Chud Matt Schlapp, who reposted the picture of Oswald with the caption, "Wow, Ken Klipperstein, it's my honor to retweet the photo of a veteran on a day we remember his fallen friends. God bless your grandfather and flag." Hilarious, goddammit. And then he got Steve King, Representative Steve King, one of the biggest pieces of trash in the conservative movement, with a picture of goddamn, Jack Nicholson. How do you not recognize Jack Nicholson from A Few Good Men? How out of touch do you have to be not to recognize Jack goddamn Nicholson? But he did. Kim Klipperstein tweeted to him, "Sir, can I get a retweet from my uncle, Colonel Nathan Jessup? He is in the Marines and spending the 4th overseas, keeping our nation safe." And so Steve King immediately retweets, "Colonel Jessup and all your Marines, God bless you all. You have our back and millions of us have yours. God bless America and all her warriors defending our liberty." And of course, immediately King Klipperstein changes his name to Steve King is a white supremacist. So it shows up on Steve King's timeline, which is beautiful. It's the truth, but we all know Steve King can't handle the truth. Ha ha, see what I did there? And he got, he got Richard Greeno with this too. So funny. Good job, Kim Klipperstein. Thank you for cheering me up on this Veterans Day. And that's my Chud Watch for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let's read the super chats. Somewhat Self-Aware gave me $20. Thank you, Somewhat Self-Aware. You were very self-aware as far as I'm concerned. I love you. And holy shit, Digital Noodle gave me $100 Canadian, which is $3,700 US, according to me. That Dave Rubin begging was so sad. Well, it's Dave Rubin, so it's par for the course that he's going to be sad. And that is very generous, Digital Noodle. Thank you very much. You are tonight's Super Heavyweight Champion of the world. So far. Somebody going to beat him? Let's make it a competition. April Shadows. Dusty fans, get over to Bo of the Fifth Column channel and pay attention. All right. I like Bo. Bo is like a version, like a bizarro version of Dusty if I was respectable. So I like Bo. He seems like a pretty cool dude. Celestial Angel 666. Have money from a vet who wants that traitor general to be thrown out of the VA. Hell yeah, I appreciate that. You're one of the good ones there, Celestial. Thank you for your service. Joseph Klowoski. Can you give me a good old logic? Fuck yes, for old time's sake. Logic. Fuck yes. Just for you, Joseph. Thank you. People should be peaceful, protest, and vote. I know it seems very desperate in these times. Doesn't seem like it's working. What you gonna do? Thank you, One Life, One God. Sam gave me $20 Canadian. Very generous. Thank you, Sam. Says, hiya, Dusty. Hiya, Sam. From the beautiful Canadian West Coast, Vancouver Island. Love your show, man. Keep it up. I will. Thank you for supporting the show. As long as you guys support me, I'm going to keep doing this show. You guys are the heroes. Max Carter. One thing I noticed was conservatives love emojing and worshiping the troops who died in combat. It's just sad, tragic, nothing to love or celebrate. It's our Western version of martyrs. War is hell. Yeah, if you really love them, you would do everything you can to keep them out of war, which you guys never fucking do. It's all just lip service and bullshit, jingle wisdom. We see right through it. Cuban Lover, 1972. Dusty, what a bunch of hypocrites. The Republicans are what Kamala Harris said about enjoying the weekend. Thanks for sharing that. I know it's so ridiculous. So hard to take any of this seriously. We have to be in some kind of bizarre video game. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping when I die, I'm laughed at for taking any of this seriously. It's obviously some kind of joke. Catalina says, the stuff with Kamala, it's the kind of thing that sets off my autism. I know, you just gotta laugh to keep him crying sometimes. And, all right, that's all the super chats right now. More super chats, please. 590 people and only 297 likes. What is wrong with you? I am killing it right now. I've had carbs. My brain is working amazingly. I'm snappy as fuck. I deserve your like. Hit the like button, motherfuckers. Don't make me whine more, because I will. I will whine. Nobody wants that. So, like me, please. All right, let's continue on with the show. We're already an hour in. I said it was going to be a short show, and it never is, because I am awesome at running my fucking mouth. Bo of the fifth column. Somebody asked Bo who. He does videos like, let's talk about the military today. Let's talk about Myanmar today. And he's like a family man. I think he used to be in the military, and then he's like a reporter and shit. He's like real respectable and well-spoken. Like I said, like a version of me who is not a wild card. Wild card! I'm like Charlie from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And he's like, not that. So anyway, let's get into the religious bullshit. You guys ready for this? Religious bullshit, religious bullshit, religious bully shit. It's time for religious bullshit. Got a short religious bullshit because not a whole lot of religious bullshit happened. But folks, I'm not even going to show you what this says. I'm only going to play the video. And based upon the video alone, I want you to guess what happened. I bet you can't guess. I bet you can't guess what happened. Let's see if you can guess just from the context clues in this video.
I'm not going to be vaccinated.
I join you in that.
I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm going to survive the genocide. I am not going to allow the COVID maniacs to convince me to be vaccinated or vaccinate me against my will. I know what I'm reading. I know what I'm seeing. There is a mass death campaign underway right now. And I don't care what people, they can write any article they want to write about me. They can do everything they can to deplatform me. I'm going to survive a global genocide. The only good thing that will come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off. And I'm saying stupid because they're not using their brain, their God-given brain, to make a decision for their own good.
All right, he didn't die. He did not die. But apparently, he's very sick right now. I'm not saying he got COVID, but the rumor is he probably has COVID. I will read you what his church put out. True News, which is his evangelical business. Flowing Streams is the name of it. Flowing Streams is experiencing a sudden cluster of flu and COVID among some employees and their relatives. Rick Wiles made the decision tonight to close the offices and studios until a TBA date next week. Our team needs to tend to sick family members. Please pray for a True News team. And then they said, urgent request. Please be praying for Rick Wiles right now. Please repost so that there are an army of people praying. Apparently, he is in the ICU. This is what I hear. This is what they're reporting. On oxygen right now. Seems like he got the COVID. I don't know. I'm not trying to spread medical misinformation. Not 100% about that. But that appears to be what is happening, folks. So, thoughts and prayers to Rick Wiles. Good luck to you, sir. I certainly hope you don't die miserably. And next up, on religious bullshit, the dumbest goddamn creationist I've ever seen. And this is saying something, folks. Tell me you don't know anything about evolution without telling me you don't know anything about evolution. Listen to this fucking super hot take.
Evolution should just flat out be canceled just based on the fact that it's totally based in racism. If it's about survival of the fittest and we evolved from African Americans into other Americans, what about the African Americans that are still alive today? That is completely dissing on them. That is completely racist towards them.
Yeah, it's racist. It's about survival of the fittest. Now, first of all, it's not the strongest of the species that survives. It is the one most capable of adaptation. This is my credo. This is the motto I live by. But yeah, you know that you just said it. Black people still survived. They still exist. They didn't go extinct or anything. They survived just fine. Now, yes, evolution can branch off, and you can have two different branches that both survive. They both adapt to their surroundings, to their environment. Yes, people went off, and they went into climates that weren't as hot, did not have as much sun as they do in Africa, and so they lost the pigment in their skin because they no longer needed it. They adapted to their environment. Meanwhile, in Africa, black people still needed plenty of pigment in their skin because the sun shined, and so they survived. That's how evolution works. It has nothing to do with racism or... It's just so stupid in every goddamn way. So here's your L, you fucking moron. You might want to Google stuff next time before you get on the internet and make a goddamn fool out of your fucking self. And next up on religion, this one just makes sense, folks. This is not creepy in any way whatsoever. This is Pastor Mark Driscoll and the home for his penis, also known as his wife, Grace. He says, ultimately, God created you and it is his penis. You are simply borrowing it for a while. Well, I apologize, God. I'm abusing the shit out of your penis. You're going to get it back. It's going to have sores on it. It's going to be stretched out, got stretch marks on it. Man, I have abused the shit out of that. Sorry, dude. But, like, you should have known I was going to do that before you gave it to me. So that's a little bit on you if you're all knowing. Anyway, knowing that his penis would need a home, God created a woman to be your wife. And when you marry her and look down, you will notice that your wife is shaped differently than you are and makes a very nice home. That's right. Your wife is basically just a boner garage. She's a home for your penis. So, I don't know. Welcome home, I guess, penises. Yikes. And jigga. See this one? Probably not. But, I think I might see a flaw in your logic here. This is a book that came out that says, God's word, final, infallible, and forever. Revised edition. What? What? How can it be a revised edition? You literally said it's his word, the final, the infallible, the forever word. How could you possibly revise it? That does not track. Might want to rethink that one, Christians. Just saying. And, oh yeah, this is a sad story. I'm going to play you, not all of this, but a little bit of this. This is, once again, I apologize for the voice of the most annoying preacher on the goddamn history of the planet, but gonna play him anyway. He's got a cult, and one of his cult members died recently of COVID-19, and his family is mourning the loss of their uncle, who they lost to this fucking cult of Greg Locke, the hate preacher. Very sad.
Tonight, a Tennessee pastor is under fire for preaching lies about COVID and vaccines. Our Ellie Reeve first talked to the pastor last December, and he doubled down on his mistruths. Now, months later, a family whose uncle attended the church and died of COVID is distraught over the misinformation from the pulpit just a few days ago. Ellie Reeve went back to the church, wanted to ask the pastor more questions, but it didn't go as planned. Here's her report.
If you think for 1 minute that those political elites actually got that vaccination, you are smoking meth in your mama's basement.
Pastor Greg Locke has grown his audience over the last year by calling COVID-19 a fake pandemic and the vaccine a scam.
I ain't getting no sheep shot in my arm. I don't care what Biden and the rest of that fake fraudulent administration says.
I lost my relationship with my uncle over the church.
Over Greg Locke's church. How?
Part of it was because I was so vocal with my immediate family about what I felt about global vision and just the spirit that I detected from Greg that I didn't feel was anything godly.
Chip Davis and his brother Billy are singer-songwriters outside Nashville. Several members of their family have attended Locke's church, including their uncle Coburn, who died of COVID-19 in April 2021.
He got sick with COVID, and he decided he would wait a couple of days before he went for help. And those couple of days were probably critical to whether he was going to survive COVID or not.
Did you go to your uncle's funeral?
I did not go to my uncle's funeral.
Why not?
That would have involved putting myself in the presence of Greg Locke and a bunch of people that I don't think are thinking properly right now.
I ain't getting it, I ain't promoting it, and I discourage everybody under this tent to get it, because I'm telling you, if you think that you're going to get healthy over a vaccine that's supposed to do away with a virus that has a 99.9% survival rate, you've been watching too much Fox News and CNN at the same time. And so, no, look, I have not changed my stance. I haven't softened my stance. I have strengthened strictly my stance against the vaccine.
I gotta take a break.
It is not FDA approved.
And take a Xanax.
Anyway, that's all I'm going to show
serious.
this clip, but it's sad to lose your family members to this goddamn cult, but he was a fucking moron, you know, so, a fool in their lives are soon parted very often. So, thoughts and prayers, and, God has a peen, weird thoughts, yep, God has a peen, and, it's mine! Thank you, God, for my peen. Guess that's the only. More super chats, please, if you want to, if you're able. Hook me up. I need a spammer to come spam the chat to motivate people to donate in anger. Let me read the regular chat, then we'll continue on with a short Karen section. How big is this cult? He has a giant tent, and he's a millionaire. Makes more money than you, and he's tax exempt too, of course, because that's the trash goddamn society we live in. Yeah, you gotta take a Xanax to deal with that bullshit. I imagine if you loved your uncle and you got involved in a cult and died, that would be very traumatizing to you. Jared Leto didn't lose any of his cult members. Jared Leto. I used to like some of his songs. I would try to sing them, but I don't have the voice of Jared Leto. Dude has a good voice, though. He can belt it out. No spammers tonight, thank you. I know, right? It's much better in the chat where you can actually see what everybody else is saying. And 619 people watching. Yeah, let's see how many likes we have. Scroll. 353. For shame, you motherfuckers. Better be liking the video. Don't make me whine. What would God's dick look like, though? Mine is uncircumcised, so I'm guessing uncircumcised. That's what I'm getting at from all of this. Too much information. Tents are for clowns. Well, it's a clown show. But he's still raking in the bucks, so what you gonna do? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's vaccinated. He's around a lot of super spreaders, so I imagine he's keeping himself safe. He wants to live long enough to spend those millions he's making. Friday's chat was something else. Yeah, that was weird. Losers don't have anything better to do than spam my chat, but I take it as a compliment. Cult of Dusty, I live with my dad, and I have to play by the rules. If he says don't take the vaccine, then I can't even make no sense. Well, why does he have to know? How the fuck would he know if you went and got vaccinated? It's free. You just show up, and they do it, and then you go home. You have a car, right? I just make sure I double mask. If he contacts it, if you track that's on him, yeah, just like go get it. You don't have to tell him. I lied to my mom. To my mom, I didn't get it. She's all worried that I'm going to be spreading 5G around or whatever the fuck. I don't know. But 375 here, dude. All right, more, please. More likes. Help me out. It's the least you could do for all the amazing programming I'm giving you guys. Now, gotta do a section I like to call Dipshit You're caring too much. You should definitely be caring less. Why are you caring like that? Goddamn Karens. And first off on the Karen Couch Kit. Oh yeah, here's a Karen giving the worst legal advice ever. Hey, I recommend to all conservatives and all Karens follow her advice. Please do this. This will be amazing if you all did this. Let's have a listen to what she has to say. She definitely looks like she knows what she's talking about.
Hey, TikTok. Really small fish in a big pond. I have a really great idea. I got to do this super fast. 60 seconds is so hard. How many of you are so sick and tired of the government's bullshit? How many of you wish we could do something effectively about it? I have an idea. Listen up. Let's defund those assholes. Every single one of us who work, we pay taxes. We pay 3 taxes: federal, Medicare, and Social Security. But what you don't realize and what they don't like to tell you is that you also fill out a W-4. Most people forget about this except for on their day of new hire. On this W-4, we have the chance to go exempt. It's right here. You fill it out in 4C. Do you know what that means? You no longer pay federal income tax. You get to keep all of your money, and we are no longer paying their salary. If we want to do effective change, let's hit them where it hurts. Let's take our own fucking money back. Stitch this, or ask questions or comments if you want more information.
So obviously, if this was true, everybody on Earth would be doing this. This would not be a big secret. Everybody would know about it. Everybody would not be paying taxes to do this. Obviously, this is not fucking true. Now, yes, you can fill that out so your employer doesn't take that tax out, but you still owe that tax. You're just agreeing to pay it yourself to the government, and they'll still fucking come after you for that shit, penalize you if you don't fucking pay it. Stupid in the highest goddamn regard, but that's Karen's for you, so please do that, Karen's. I guarantee you that she's not doing this, folks. I guarantee you this Karen's paying her fucking taxes. She just trying to fuck you up. And, Walgreens Karen! Oh my god, so I guess she's traditionally attractive, but her brain and her voice turn her from like a 9 to a 4. I apologize for her voice and how annoying she is, but I blame God.
So I recently posted about a Walgreens that completely restructured its entire refrigerated beverage area and replaced all of the traditional glass windows with screens. Here's the video in case you missed it. Take a look.
So first off, I think the reason they're doing this is because when they have it be opaque, it gets like light through it and heats it up, and it takes more energy to cool it down. So instead they put a non-transparent video over it, which shows you the products behind it still. And also it allows them to advertise to you, so it has a double effect, which is the reason they're doing it. And they're advertising, get your COVID vaccine here, but they can advertise anything like products, coupons, or whatever. So that seems to be the reason they're doing this. It's just straight up energy savings mixed with capitalism and commercialization. But that's not what she thinks. Obviously, it's a conspiracy, y'all.
Okay, so a lot of you asked where this was. It was at a Walgreens in Huntington Beach. Now, my first thought when I saw this was, what the fuck was wrong with the glass? Last I checked, that was pretty sufficient and did the job quite well. This seems like a massive waste of money and energy. Do people really need a screen for this basic information to compute in their tiny pea-sized brains? Well, then I noticed the banners rolling across the tops, toting the you-know-what.
Oh, no.
And then it all made sense. Okay. They are conditioning us to think that this shit is somehow normal, so that in a few months from now, when they require the you-know-what in order to unlock that refrigerator, people will not even bat an eye.
Wait, what? You're saying that it's going to know if you've been vaccinated or not and only unlock? It doesn't lock to begin with. There are no locks on that thing. How is it going to know if you're vaccinated or not? What are you even talking about? She don't know. But she's worried about other people that have tiny brains.
In fact, they will probably love it, just like they do their muzzles. These sheep will just continue to blindly comply, and actually they'll probably think, oh, I love this, now I never have to remember my wallet because bringing a wallet is so much work. I don't care if it's too hard for you to remember to bring your fucking wallet. You manage to bring your mask everywhere you go, so asking you to bring your wallet shouldn't be too difficult. But no, then of course we will be the crazy conspiracy theorists for even suggesting it, right? I am just so over stupid people, and I am by no means the smartest person around. But it doesn't take that many brain cells to realize that we are pretty damn near close to fucked.
Yeah.
So let's wake up, guys,
You're
before
already
it's too
fucked,
late.
lady. Sorry, you're fucked in the head. God damn it, I apologize for her voice. That was rough. Feel like I lost some years of my life just listening to her. I listened to that earlier too. It's the second I've heard that, so I'm clearly going to die soon. Cringe. And I covered this story last time. Remember the lady who thought it was a good idea to sell stars of David that say not vaccinated? You know, the same type of stars that Nazi Germany forced Jewish people to wear so they could be identified and abused, mistreated, murdered. But yeah, not being vaccinated, that's the same thing as being Jewish in Nazi Germany and put in ovens. Genius! She was trying to make a buck off this. Hey! You dickheads, you better stop that shit. I won't come in there, but I will yell. Fucking cats. So anyway, it didn't work out for her. Bad life decision. Stop it. Dudes, I'm doing a show here, please. Chill the fuck out, baby. Chill the fuck out. So she went on to apologize when she got in trouble, and multiple hat manufacturers started bailing on her. She runs a hat company called HatWrks, also known as HatJrks, in Nashville. But before she apologized, just know that she isn't sorry, because this is the kind of shit she said as soon as she did it. People are so outraged by my post, but are you outraged with the tyranny the world is experiencing? If you don't understand what is happening, that is on you, not me. I pay much more respect to history by standing up with the fallen than offering silence and compliance. That is the worst crime. It was then as it is now. I was elite you'll discuss and hope you put it where it belongs. Your children cannot return to school unless they show your papers. I mean, vaccinations for kids going to school has always been a thing. You cannot return to university unless you show your papers. Same thing with universities. You cannot keep your job unless you show your papers. That depends on your employer, but some employers want you to be vaccinated so you don't get your own fellow co-workers sick, nor the clients. Makes sense. You cannot use public transportation unless you show your papers. That's bullshit. Yes, you can. You cannot enter government buildings unless you show your papers. Yes, you can. You cannot enter private businesses unless you show your papers. Yes, you can. You will not be allowed in banks unless you show your papers. Yes, you can. You will not be allowed in hospitals unless you show your papers. And literally, that's where sick people go who don't get vaccinated. So yes, you can. At least all unvaccinated people will be segregated for society. I wish. Marked and must wear a mask. Also bullshit. What comes next? This has been the push. That is not fiction. Much of this is happening right now. There is a historical parallel to fascism to be drawn. We can only fight back to not relive history. Yeah, dude, sure. Asking you to be vaccinated during a pandemic where 600,000 of your fellow Americans have died is in no way comparable to being Jewish in Nazi Germany. You're just trying to play the victim. You're trying to get attention. You thought this was a cool idea to get advertisement for your hat company, and it backfired. One of the biggest hat manufacturers in the country, in the world, Stetson, now has forbid you from selling their hats. They put out a statement that said, as a result of the offensive content and opinions shared by HatWrks in Nashville, Stetson and our distribution partners will cease the sale of all Stetson products. We thank you for your continued support and patience. So wasn't just them. I think a half a dozen of the biggest hat manufacturers have forbidden her to sell their hats. So imagine being so stupid, you destroy your fucking business for that. So, of course, immediately she puts out an apology, a non-apology. It's the same kind of apology conservatives always put out. I'm sorry if you were offended. That's a non-apology. She says, in no way did I intend to trivialize the Star of David or disrespect what happened to millions of people. That's exactly what you did. Comparing what you're going through, comparing to being vaccinated during a pandemic to Jews being gassed in ovens and put in concentration camps is indeed trivializing it and disrespecting it, you liar. That is not who I am. This doesn't represent who I am. Yes, it does. And what I stand for is exactly what you stand for. My intent was not to exploit or make a profit. It's literally what your intent was. To get free advertisement, to sell 20-cent stars that you printed out for $5. My intent was, my hope was to share my genuine concern and fear, and to do all I can to make sure that nothing like that ever happens again. By trivializing it, all you do is make it more likely to happen again. I sincerely apologize for any insensitivity. Yeah, bullshit. You fucked, and now you're sorry. Good luck in your future, Karen, because you're dumb. An update on the video I showed on the last show. Remember this douchebag who yelled at the lady who came to his hotel and whose toilet overflow, called her a dumb Democrat? Well, apparently he is the cousin of the people that owns this hotel and owns like half the hotels in that town. And after seeing the video, he got fired. You just lost your job. So let's see what their statement was they put out. Where the fuck is it? They got review bombed too. Apparently Yelp and TripAdvisor had to disable the content on their reviews because 468 people came and gave them negative reviews. Hopefully they go out of fucking business. That's what you get for hiring a dickhead like that, having a stupid ass family member. They said, although family is of the utmost importance to us, the way he acted was wrong. We don't take the decision lightly to get rid of him. Well, it should have been a no-brainer. You shouldn't equivocate in any way whatsoever. He's a dickhead. We're sorry we ever employed this dumb motherfucker, family or not, and make it right to the woman. But apparently she had to do a chargeback on her credit card and even get a refund. They tried to charge her for the overflowing room and all that shit. So the hotel is still goddamn trash. Don't stay there. Fuck everything about these people. Garbage. And another thing happened in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I don't know anything about Canada. It's Calgary and Alberta, Canada. They're different. All I know about it is Lance, what is his name? Lance Storm on the WWE used to say, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I'm so stupid with geography, that's the only thing I know about it. But apparently they have dickheads in Canada, just like in America. And here's a guy who's incredibly insecure with his manhood. He felt the need to jump out of his car during a road rage event and threaten the other guy. Where the fuck's the video at? Oh, here it is.
A Calgary man has been charged after a disturbing encounter between two drivers was caught on video. A man is seen punching another vehicle's window and then yelling and calling the other driver a terrorist. Police are now investigating whether this was a hate crime. Jordan Canigan reports.
Get out of the car!
It looks like a case of road rage, and it's all on camera.
Get out of the car! Fight me like a man!
It happened just before 5:30 Wednesday afternoon on Bow Trail near 24th Street Southwest. Police say it started when the driver of the car was going 50 in a 70 zone. A pickup truck driver started honking its horn and jumped out. Speaking through a translator, victim Tamer Abu Hasira describes what happened next.
He decided to stop him and threaten him, abuse him, damage his car, and utter hate.
You want to brake check me? I'll knock your terrorist ass out.
Police say they are looking at whether the flag was a motivating factor. 27-year-old Alex Hudson is charged with mischief to a motor vehicle, but the investigation is ongoing.
We forget that in Canada, any criminal offence that is motivated in whole or part by somebody's hate or bias can be taken to court as a hate-themed investigation, and that's what we are doing.
God damn it, imagine having no self-control, being so insecure in your manhood that you have to jump out and threaten somebody over road rage. Just so stupid. Don't let it ruin your day. Drive on. Call the guy a terrorist. You're going to get charged with a hate crime, so good luck in prison, dipshit. Let's see how your manly machismo works out there. And, last, Karen, I love when these guys troll Trump supporters and they have no self-awareness whatsoever. The dude's literally making fun of him right to his face and he still can't see it. That's how dumb these people are.
You're going to kneel during, like, you know, your football game.
Don't kneel. Respect the flag.
Respect it.
You know what I hate? You see people sometimes and they'll desecrate the flag. Have you seen that? Like, they don't respect the flag. They'll, like, put markings on the flag. They'll, like, put text over a flag. They'll put, like, they'll change the colors of the flag. And I'm like, that's the American flag. You never, ever do anything to desecrate the American flag, ever. This is another good one. You have the text going right over the flag there, and it looks nice, and then there's, like, it's splattering. That's cool.
It is, though, yeah. And,
it's super cool. Yeah, I hate when people disrespect the flag like that. This flag is awesome. Just literally making fun of him to his face. No clue. God damn it, you're stupid. But it's hilarious. So thank you for being the butt of every joke, Trump supporters. You make comedy so goddamn easy, and I love you for it. And Super Chats, do it live. Hey, Dusty, what are you drinking tonight? I am drinking Coke Zero. No calories, tastes pretty good. I'm a fan. Little free advertisement for Coke there. Catalina Gearbox. Next, they're going to say that vaccine is the mark of the beast. I already said it is the mark of the beast. You won't be able to buy or sell without it. Sign me up. Once I get vaccinated, I can become my own mobile hotspot. Hell yeah, you can. I'm enjoying my free 5G everywhere I go. Radiating out of my ball sack. Pretty cool. God has a opinion. Weird thoughts? Yes. Everything about them is weird. All right. More super chats, please. Last chance to get your super chats because we're going to go one more final section tonight. I only got 30 minutes left. Might end a little early, but pretty much a full show. I did it. Brown soda is bad for you. Yeah, everything is bad for you. You know what's really bad for you? Being obese, heart disease. That's really bad for you. One more like, damn it. Yes, like the video, please. God damn it. Like the video. The least you can do. If you can't financially support this amazing show, which you should, at least you can like the video. Don't be lazy. Hit that like button. It doesn't take any energy whatsoever. And I got Bush. I can't drink. I'm still laying off the alcohol. I wish I could drink, but I'm still not going to drink. Even though I'm off my diet, I'm not going to drink because I get lazy and unproductive when I drink, and I still want to stay on the streak of productivity because I've been fucking hella productive, which is awesome. So I'm going to try to stick with it. All right. Next up, gonna do a section I like to call What the Fuck? And first off, on What the Fuck, this is kind of a mild what the fuck, but I ain't buying what you motherfuckers are selling. So apparently, they're claiming that this is the world's longest Philly cheesesteak. And this is some bullshit right here. This is not the world's longest Philly cheesesteak. This is just a bunch of regular Philly cheesesteaks side by side. That's not one long Philly cheesesteak. Who you trying to fool? This says, I'll take a bite. Renee Kobetre, owner of Rim Cafe, said it was the longest Philly cheesesteak in the world, breaking the previous record of 480 feet. Bullshit! That's like if there was a car accident in Los Angeles and the cars were backed up bumper to bumper 10 miles. And you said, hey, this is the longest car ever. No, it's not. That's a bunch of different cars. You lying motherfucker. We see right through you. Go back to Jurassic Park. Haven't you done enough damage? And 32-year-old Toronto man in his tiny car apparently was going to meet a 15-year-old, and it ended hilariously. I usually don't show these videos. These different groups, they make these videos where they entice pedophiles, and there's another word for people that like teenagers. Pedophile is like when you like prepubescent girls, and then if you like 13 to 16, there's another word for that. It doesn't matter. Anyway, he shows up in his tiny ass car, and what happens is pretty hilarious.
Sorry, what's your name again?
Roger.
Roger? Hey, Roger, can I have a chat with you? Just a chat, man. I don't wanna call the police. I just wanna have a chat with you, okay?
Yeah.
So, why do you think it's okay, brother? And I'm just filming for our own protection, so you can't tell the police I touched you, okay? No, Roger, I just want to chat with you, Roger. Roger, I'm not gonna do nothing, I promise.
That little car, the guy's basically just walking along beside it because it's so slow. This reminds me of Llamas and Hats. Carl! You guys remember that? Roger! Anyway.
I'm gonna call the police, Roger. I got your address, Roger. Roger, just chat, Roger.
Roger,
just chat.
Roger.
She's 15, Roger.
Come on,
you
Roger.
can't do that. Roger.
15, Roger.
Shame on you, Roger. She's only 15 years old, Roger.
Roger.
Roger, she's only 15. I'm recording you. I have your address. The cops will go there, Roger. The cops will show up, Roger.
Then he gets in his car.
Roger, I just want to have a chat with you, Roger. Roger.
Roger.
You know you can go to jail, Roger?
Roger.
She's 15, Roger. Shame on you, Roger. Shame on you. I will take this to the police. Shame on you. Hey, Roger. Roger. Can we talk?
Oh my God. How is he going to pick her up? Was she going to sit on his lap? Was she going to run on the roof? I got questions, y'all. But that was pretty funny. And next one is not so funny. We go from laughter to horror. Apparently, in Tennessee, you can be put in jail if you don't warn your clientele or your business that you allow transgender women to use the women's restroom. What the fuck? Literally, transgender women have been using the restroom for fucking ever. Never been any fucking problems, right? But now they got to spread transpanic, but this is all they got, folks. They got to scare you with something. This is the new thing to scare you with. Tennessee's transgender bathing law has penalties, its sponsors reveal. The penalty, which wasn't mentioned during the hearing and debate, could mean jail time for business owners who let trans people use the bathroom of their choice. First off, for the most part, you wouldn't even know if a trans woman is using her bathroom or not. So what are you going to do? Check? Have genital inspections? What if they're post-op trans? Just doesn't make any fucking sense. But of course, like I said, this is what Republicans have to do because their policies are so goddamn unpopular. But their constituents are so stupid, they actually fall for this shit. They actually think like this is an issue. I still blame rationality rules. And Jordan Peterson, you motherfucker started this trans panic. Hate you motherfuckers for that. Should never live that shit down. And Bill Maher back at it again. He went on his goddamn stupid show and defended Israel for committing ethnic cleansing against Palestine. He got out there and said, as far as Gaza goes, Bella Hadid and her friends would run screaming to Tel Aviv if they had to live in Gaza for one day. Oh, you don't say. You bomb the shit out of Gaza, you make it a prison, and they would want to flee it because of what you're doing to it? Oh, wow. What a brainiac take. Yeah, Zionist propaganda consistently plays itself. Just wait until you see the conditions we've created. It's not the dunk you think it is. You fucking dumb piece of shit, Bill Maher. Bill Maher needs to quit being a thing already. Nobody on the left should be supporting Bill Maher anymore. Fuck Bill Maher. And to illustrate that, I'm going to play this clip. It's an old clip, but a good clip of Bill Maher getting absolutely fucking destroyed for his Zionist, ridiculous propaganda he spreads. This is, what is this person's name? I don't see the person's name. Anyway, gets destroyed. Let's have a look.
It's not our fault what came out. We didn't go into Egypt.
Well, we
wound up with the Muslim Brotherhood.
We didn't go into Egypt. We were supporting and propping up Mubarak for 30 years, even as we were cheering for all the Tahrir Square demonstrators as though we were on their side. It was our government that kept Mubarak in power, just like we've done across the entire Muslim world. And it's amazing for you to say that, well, look at all these Muslims. The minute you give them a little bit of freedom, they go wild and they start being all violent. How can you be a citizen of the United States, the country that has generated more violence and militarism in the world over the last 5 or 6 decades, and say, look at those people over there, they are incredibly violent? We play a significant role in what has been happening in the Middle East because we've been interfering and dominating that region in order to have access to the oil.
I wasn't talking about violence. I was talking about theocracy. That doesn't happen here.
No, well, okay, that doesn't happen here, but at the same time, Iran isn't invading lots of other countries and occupying them for a decade, nor are fundamentalist Muslim countries the way the United States is. So these things are interlinked because we are continuously interfering in that part of the world. And so to say...
Really, it's all our fault?
It's not all our fault, but when you send your military for 6 straight decades into other countries to bomb them, kill their children and women and innocent men, prop up dictators, you take responsibility for your actions and say, to the extent that that region...
That religion goes back 1,000 years before our revolution, so I don't think we can take all the blame.
I don't think we should. I think we should take a lot of it. And there's lots of bodies and corpses that have been piled up in the name of Christianity and Judaism as well.
Not recently.
Have you heard of the occupation of the West Bank and Gaza for the last 50 years, motivated in part by extremist views of Judaism, or the wars in Europe, or the fact that there were generals in the United States saying we have to go and invade and destroy Iraq, a country of 26 million people, because our God is bigger? Lots of religions, not just Islam, produce violence.
Well, if I could just make one quick point about Egypt.
That silly liberal view that all religions are alike because it makes you feel good.
No, it makes you feel good to say our side is better than people over there are primitive and violent. No, it makes you feel good to put a crown on your head and say, I'm a good person. How do I prove that? You get to ignore the responsibility that your own government has for the violence and instability in the world by saying, look, it's that primitive religion over there that's to blame.
All right, it's time for...
Oh, yeah, that was Glenn Gleerod. I forgot that's who that was. He's actually gone 100% chud now. He's fucking a piece of shit now, Glenn Greenwald. I forgot that's who that was. So he was 100% correct here. He owned Bill Maher there, but now this guy is a giant turd sandwich. Fuck, I forgot all about that. Now I'm depressed. Moving on. I already talked about Rick Wiles. Oh, okay. Here's a good story for what the fuck. This got trending on Twitter right before I came on the air. So I did a little research right before I came on the air. So you guys know who Ellie Kemper is. She played the receptionist on The Office, and she had her own show called The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Well, so a little bit of false information came out mixed with real information. So apparently when she was 19, she was, I don't know if voted is the right word, but she became the Veiled Prophet Queen. And so everybody thinks that this was a Ku Klux Klan organization because that's what went around. Somebody asked the person who first broke this story, what is the Veiled Prophet Queen? What is that all about? And they said, a fancy event put on by our local KKK. But what they meant was a fancy event put on by the equivalent of our local KKK. It's not actually KKK, but a lot of people took that, they ran with it, and they're claiming that, here it is, it's trending right now. They're claiming that she was a member of a KKK event. It's not a KKK event, but it is really fucking creepy. And I'm going to read it. So anyway, freshman 19 at Princeton U is the new Veiled Prophet Queen. Elizabeth Kemper is the 1999 Veiled Prophet Queen of Love and Beauty. So I was like, what the fuck is that? Never heard of it before. First off, let's look how goofy it fucking is. So this is the Veiled Prophet. He's some rich white motherfucker. Every year they pick somebody who keeps his identity completely anonymous. And then he picks some young hot girl to dance with him. And it's like some new secret society they created in St. Louis. So I looked it up to see what the fuck it was and read this article. I'll read you part of it. In 1878, grain executive and former Confederate cavalryman Charles Slayback called a meeting of local businesses and civic leaders. His intention was to form a secret society that would blend the pomp and ritual of a New Orleans Mardi Gras with the symbolism used by the Irish poet Thomas More. From Moore's poetry, Slayback and the St. Louis elite created the myth of the Veiled Prophet of Khorasan, a mystic traveler who inexplicably decided to make St. Louis his base of operations. The entire process was suffused with elaborate ritual. A person would be chosen by a secret board of local elites to anonymously play the role of a veiled prophet. The veiled prophet would choose a queen of love and beauty from among the elite's ball attendees. Of course, invitations to the list kept strictly confidential as well, with whom he would dance a royal quadrille before presenting her with an expensive keepsake, such as a tiara or pearls. Often these gifts were so expensive that they became family heirlooms. The ball would be accompanied by just as spectacular parade and fair. In October of 1978, civic elites organized the first parade and attracted more than 50,000 spectators. And apparently it was an event that tried to break up the fact that black workers and white workers were unionizing together in order to make working conditions better. And so they like hired a bunch of police to beat them and kill them and break them up. And they created this secret organization to scare them into thinking there's some kind of elite cabal running everything that they should look up to and be frightened of. So yeah, the whole thing's creepy. The whole thing's stupid. Look at these dorky fucks. The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous and embarrassing in every goddamn way. And she was a part of it when she was 19. Now, what she knew about it, I have no idea. She probably grew up in a good rich family that wanted her to be a part of this. And how much you want to blame her for that is on you. But the whole thing, goofy as fuck, in my opinion. And last up on what the fuck, apparently there was a sign investigators are looking into at Popeyes that said, effective 6/1/21, this restaurant is under new management and will reserve the right to refuse service to white people. We apologize for any inconvenience. Signed, General Manager Mason. So apparently this sign was put up by some kind of troll. I'm guessing it was probably put up by a white person. That would be my guess. They just stuck it to the outside. I'm guessing they did that to try to create some kind of outrage and like be like, see, white people are being discriminated against. White racism really is a big problem in our society. I'm guessing that's the deal here, but this is not an official sign that's put up by any member of goddamn Popeyes. This is just bullshit, and Popeyes obviously disavowed that. So what the fuck? Whitey's always trying to be the victims. That's my what the fuck section. 19 is not a kid. I don't think 19 is a kid either. More evil than goofy. Yes, both goofy and evil, I guess. Defund that shit. Okay, I prefer Cult of Dusty. Cult of Dusty. Hooray! Skull and Bones of the KKK. Yep, definitely racist, for sure. Until the 70s, black folks and Jews weren't allowed to be a part of it either. So it was like a country club. Classic gamer move, true story, and got a few minutes left, so got to cover just very briefly PureFlix's new movie. Remember PureFlix? They put out all the Christian movies, all the God's Not Dead movies. Every movie they do is a Christian movie. So they have a new movie that just came out called Beckman. Beckman is their new movie. Here we go. Let me show you Beckman. And supposed to be a Christian movie. This is the least Christian movie that's supposed to be a Christian movie I've ever seen in my entire life. So you remember this kid?
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
Hey, Scotty! Jesus, man! So now that the kid's all grown up and he is... Let's see if I can find him. Hit this guy! Now he's on all the PureFlix movies. He's this guy. Jesus, man. And now he's making all the Christian movies. Well, in this movie, he plays an assassin. Yeah, it's really strange. This movie is as loosely tied to Christ as I've ever seen. So it starts out, he's just murdered all kinds of motherfuckers as an assassin. And then one day, he's running and he goes to church. And he meets the preacher. The preacher's there and shit. And then the preacher lets him in and houses him. And then the preacher dies. And then the next thing you know, the preacher's daughter, his adopted daughter, comes to the church. And she's like, I'm being chased by this cult. And the assassin has already taken over the church. He became the new preacher of the church because Jesus and shit wanted him to become the preacher of the church, apparently. So dude becomes the preacher of the church. And he decides to adopt the girl who was Lawnmower Man's daughter. So Lawnmower Man dies. And so he becomes the new preacher. He decides to put his assassin days behind him and stop killing motherfuckers because he's a Christian now. So the girl comes to his church and she's like, help me. A cult is after me. And apparently the cult is run by one of the Baldwin brothers. There she is, who's doing his best impression of Alec Baldwin. But you ain't Alec Baldwin. Here he is. Listen to him.
Was in balance. Underneath all those stars.
Trying so hard to be Alec Baldwin, but you ain't. Is that Billy? I don't know. Fred Baldwin? I have no clue which one that is. Don't care. Anyway, so the next thing you know, he kidnaps back the girl that he's going, the assassin's new adopted daughter. Did I tell you he adopted Lawnmower Man's daughter? So he adopts Lawnmower Man's daughter, and then Alec Baldwin wannabe comes and kidnaps her back for a ritual and shit. So then he goes back to his murdering. Yeah, he a Christian, he a Jesus lover, and he just kills everybody in this movie, folks. He just shooting people left and right, blood and guts everywhere. I'm like, what kind of Christian movie is this? What the fuck is going on? So, like, literally, the whole movie's just him murdering people. And, like, honestly, the action sequences are okay. The dude does a pretty good job, like, passable, like any other low-budget action movie of shooting and killing motherfuckers. But literally, what's this got to do with Jesus? Nothing. He literally killed everybody in this movie. Kills this woman. Yeah, he just shoots her, leaves her for dead. He's covered in blood because he's killing motherfuckers all over the place. He kills this dude. Kills that dude. That dude's another assassin. He doesn't kill that dude. He makes friends with this dude. But this dude's a badass assassin too. And then he kills that dude. Murdered everybody. So then he gets to the end. He finds out that his adopted daughter is still alive. He thought she was dead, but she's not. Spoiler alert. So then he gets to the final bad guy after killing everybody else. And he's like, for some reason, I don't know why, he's already killed everybody else in this fucking movie. But he's like, oh, well, Jesus doesn't want me to kill you. What? Why didn't Jesus not want you to kill everybody else you killed? Suddenly Jesus doesn't want you to kill the baddest person in this movie? So he doesn't kill that guy, but he just runs and saves his daughter. But then some other guy comes and that guy, the other assassin, kills Alec Baldwin wannabe. So it's all fine. Apparently Jesus doesn't have a problem with that guy killing Alec Baldwin wannabe. So anyway, the weirdest Christian movie I've ever seen. Never seen a Christian movie where they just murder people from start to fucking finish with no rhyme or reason to it. So that's the latest Pure Flix movie, Backman. Yeah, free tickets to heaven. Amazing. And so anyway, one more a palate cleanser to cleanse you. I'm going to cleanse you, my children. And so here's a cute picture. Yeah. Here's him and his cute little pupper. He's such a good boy. And then years later, he's still a good boy. Look how happy he is. Still riding in the car with daddy like a good boy. Yeah, yes. It's so fucking cute. And that got like 1 billion views. Let's see. That got 579,000 likes. Worth it. Deserved it. Love it. You've been cleansed. All right, let's read the chat. Finish up the show. Been another good one. I've had fun hanging out with you guys. Mecca, $5. Thank you, Mecca. You rock. All the Baldwins are dead? Probably. That's what I heard. According to Q, they're dead. Tom Hanks is dead. Biden is dead. Kamala Harris is dead. All clones now. E! My buddy E and I are apparently going to hang out in real life before too long. I wonder what E looks like. Look forward to finding out what E looks like in real life. I'll keep you guys posted. Apparently he's coming through and we're going to have, I don't know, we're going to have dinner or something. Looking forward to seeing E. And Selena says, just because I love you and your pickle ass, Selena. And FRBE0101. Hey, I was wondering what show you watch. Ever consider doing reaction videos? Would love to see you do a reaction video to episode 1 of Invincible. I can't really do that because they'll copyright me, but I did see Invincible. It was good. I watch everything, although there's been a lull in good television shows recently, unfortunately. So that sucks. But anyway, I watch everything that's popular, every popular show of all time. I have running in the background, so quiz me sometime. Dusty, can I, as a new Dust Buddy, go back and watch past patrons' Dust Buddy only videos? Yes. If you become a patron or a Dust Buddy, you have access to all the old videos that are patron only. They should appear on my channel if you're a Dust Buddy, or they appear on my Patreon for you if you're a patron. So be sure to do that. Help me out. And Max Carter, he needs some nitros on his little buggy. I know it takes that very fast. I was like, I want one of those, and I saw it's just like golf cart. It doesn't go very fast. So pretty lame. Pedophile better step up his game. And Sam became a new Dust Buddy. Welcome, Sam. As always, if you become a Dust Buddy, you get access to all the Patreon-only videos, plus customized emojis you can spam the chat with. So join the Cool Kids Club, become a Dust Buddy today. And, all right, read that. Can't wait to roll through. Hell yeah, can't wait to smoke out with E. That should be fun. Thank you for supporting the show tonight. All right, last chance if you guys want to get a patron in, want to get a super chat in real quick while I read the chats. Do so now or forever hold your peace. He was felling as fast as he could. Yeah, it looked like it was on pedals, didn't it? It's probably got a battery or something that runs it, I would guess. That's Tom McDonald Bees. That's the iClone rappers. I'm a cringe rappers. Tom McDonald. Like try hard, edgy for the sake of edgy, embarrassment. Tom McDonald. Cult of Dusty. I will see if I can take the vaccine secretly. No guarantees. Like literally, I don't know where it's like where you live, but where I live, you can just drive up, stick your arm out the window, they poke you, and you leave. Takes like 20 minutes. It's very easily. Love you, Dusty. Best show on YouTube. You ain't never lie. Rocks 1 SFM. Love you back. Thank you for joining me tonight. Dogs are so much cooler than people. I know, right? Loyal, loving, kind. Love me some dogs. I got to do a patron-only show where I introduce you guys to some of my dogs. I'm going to take them in my... It used to be my man cave, my game room, but now that I'm single, I've moved everything that was in there into here, into my bedroom. So it's just pretty much empty in there. It has my movie theater screen in there, and that's about it. But I'm going to have to show you guys in there eventually. Cleanse us, oh Dusty. I will. You have been cleansed, my children. Apache Baldwin. So scary doing that Alec Baldwin voice. Trying his best to be Alec Baldwin in his cheesy, cheap Christian movie. Zeppo Baldwin. That's it. Thank you for reminding me. What's a dust buddy? Always with that one. You know what it is, but it does sound like that. I didn't name it that. It used to be called the Culties. My fans, or whatever you want to call them, but somebody started calling them the Dust Buddies, and I was like, that sounds less conceited than Culties. You know, the Cult of Dusty was a joke, and I feel uncomfortable when people treat me like a cult leader, like, you know, put me on a pedestal and all that bullshit. So Dust Buddies is goofy. That sounds a lot better, or something to call me, but you guys can call me whatever. Jeff Fahey is an okay actor. Yeah, Jeff Fahey, Lawnmower Man. Not bad, but it's sad to see how far he's fallen, doing horrible goddamn movies now. What's up, Jeff Fahey? I guess he's just trying to keep his insurance with the Actors Guild. I made fun of Patton Oswalt's wife one time. He married a girl who used to be the hot girl in teen movies. So good for you, Patton Oswalt. But she did a really cheesy, horrible Christian movie. And I dissed on her. And somebody asked her why she did it because of my video. And she actually responded. I kind of felt bad for making fun of her after that. And she responded that she had to do it because you have to like work in order to keep your insurance with the Actors Guild. So I feel guilty for making fun of her because she saw it. I have empathy, but oh well, what you gonna do? Patton Oswalt retweeted me one time and he took shit for it. And he never did it again. God damn it. I hate being blacklisted everywhere and so radioactive. It sucks, but it's my own goddamn fault. It's like, it's half my fault, half not my fault. I did tell a lot of the truth, and the truth gets you in trouble. That's not my fault, but I was also a big dickhead, so that part is my fault. Tato Baldwin, another amazing name. He is the hero. He's the man. Support Dusty, become a buddy. Hell yeah, hoppity hop, motherfuckers. You know you want to. Patton is the best. Love me some Patton Oswalt. Dude is in every fucking thing. Hardest working man in Hollywood. I will not drink the Kool-Aid, Dusty. It's THC flavored and it's delicious. You're missing out. You know what they say when you assume, yes, you make an ass out of everybody, apparently. But not me, only you. Meredith Salinger, yes, that is her name. Meredith Salinger, that is Patton Oswalt's wife. Hit the freaking like button. E said, E demands you to hit the like button. There are 600 of you in here and only 481 likes. You must hit the like button before you leave. HBO, help a brother out. I mean, pitch meeting do. You mean pitch meeting do. Oh, I didn't read yours. Dusty should do a mini Christian movie review like you did. American Sniper, I love those. Yeah, I might do some of those. I just kind of did one. A little bit. Wasn't like full-fledged, but I hate editing, so doing them live is much better. So, yeah. What the fuck just happened? And Mika gave me $5 in case I didn't see that earlier. Thank you, Mika. Appreciate that. Cult of Dusty, wish me luck on getting the vaccine secretly. Good luck. Think of it like a secret mission. You're like James Bond and shit. You'll be fine. Shemp Baldwin, another great name. Patton is nerd royalty. I know, right? Cool dude. Love me some Patton. Oswalt kills everything he's in. Funny dude and a fellow lefty. So try to support him. I follow him on Twitter. Like button smash. Thank you. Only a couple of you did it, though. Pick it up, motherfuckers. And Ianon. All right, folks. Thank you for joining me. I will be back on Wednesday to do some kind of patron-only show, probably. And also, folks, Twitch me. Look, every day I've been doing shit on Twitch. Every day. 20 hours of streaming this week. If you want more of me. See, look, playing video games, even if you don't like watching people play video games, I understand. But the video game is just a backdrop. The main thing is just us talking and hanging out. We talk about topics. You know, we hang out together. We keep each other company. It's good conversation, a good time. It's had by all. I read the chat. You know, I read everything the chat says, and we have conversation. That's what it's all about. So if you guys have nothing better to do in the day, be sure to join me on Twitch, right? First off, there's a link in the description of the video to Twitch TV, /Dusty Smith. That's my Twitch channel. Follow me. But also, I announce all my Twitch streams on my Twitter, which is CultofDusty1, CultofDusty1, CultofDusty1. Also a link in the description of the video. And on my Facebook, which is Cult of Dusty on Facebook. So be sure to follow me there. You'll know when all my Twitch streams are pretty much every day. But come join us. Help me build my Twitch stream up. I need you guys' help. I want you guys to hang out with me. I don't want to have to give up on Twitch and do anything else because Twitch is fun to hang out with you guys on. But if I don't build it up and make it worth the time doing, then I have to do something else for that time, unfortunately. So I will try not to be such a whiny, piss baby bitch on there like I was today. That's embarrassing. That is not the best me I want to put forward. I'm going to do better and learn from my mistakes. So join me on Twitch, folks. And like I said, Wednesday, become a patron. Patreon.com/podcast. Link in the description of the video to that. All my past patron-only videos are there for you guys. We do some good shows. So support the show. Couple dollars a month. It's nothing to you, but it means a lot to me. All adds up, and the cats and the dogs really appreciate it. You know, it costs a lot to run this animal sanctuary. They eat me out of fucking house and home. Kitty litter's expenses. So please help me out if you can. Sure means a lot. See some of you guys on Wednesday. I'll see some of you guys on Twitch tomorrow. And the rest of you motherfuckers, I'll see Friday at 8 p.m. Central, 9 Eastern for another killer show on The Dusty Smith Show. Love the shit out of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me tonight. He gave me another $20. Very generous. Catalina Gearbox says, Dusty, you were the first to call out the Chuds and the anti-SJWs. Everyone else is just an imitator. It didn't do me any good to be first. Never going to be first, apparently. I still take shit for that. I'm still blacklisted, but the people who did it, like Amazing Atheist, Shoe on Head, Chris Raygun, all the Chuds who spent 5 years helping Trump get elected, helping push the anti-SJW narrative, they're accepted into the new BreadTube community, no questions asked, while I'm blacklisted. That's the fucking bullshit that I'm going through. But hey, not gonna whine about it again like I did today. It's cool. It's cool. Love you guys. See you guys tomorrow, Wednesday, and Friday. Until then, as always, Logic. Fuck yes. Good night, everybody. And we're gonna play you out with a song that people seem to like. A song I like to call Chill, that I wrote. That's going to be on my upcoming album. I'm probably going to call it Experience Machine after the song titled Experience Machine. But this song is called Chill. And let's all chill to it, folks. The fuck is it? Turn it up. Good night, everybody. Have a good week.